chromosome. And the woman carries the X chromosome 2 of it. And the chromosome that makes for the sex is the Y chromosome. So the woman does not have the capability to bring forth seed. She cannot. Especially a man child. It's not possible for the woman. She only has X. If the man brings an X and the woman brings the X she has, it's a girl. And that's the only thing the woman can bring. The man, if the man brings a Y and the woman brings her X, which is the only thing she has, it becomes a boy. So it's not possible for the woman to carry seed. But God said, your seed, the seed of the woman, will bruise the head of the devil. And that was the search that God began from Genesis. He saw an Abraham. In an Abraham, he began to raise a family. From Abraham, he raised a nation called Israel. And he said, Israel will be my agent to the world. My agents to bring forth my will. Because from Israel will come forth the promised seed. From Israel will come forth that, from that tribe of Israel. From Judah, the scepter will come. And man began to wait. And history began to flow. And we began to see man. We began to see the terribleness of man. The heart of man was evil. The heart of man is corrupt. The heart of man is vile. The heart of man is deceptive. Man began to vomit evil. Began to see the weak. And you know what? Man could only be evil because only what he has wickedness. Even inside among those who are priests, there's wickedness. Why? Man had the nature of sin. Man had the problem of sin, which he cannot solve by himself, which he cannot change by himself. Man became a problem to himself, because even when he wanted to do good, he cannot do good. He was sold to sin. Don't you see yourself? How many people want to be good? They cannot be good. How many people want to do what is right? They are not able to. How many people on January 1st will say 1 week they are back to sin? Why? Man became a slave to sin. He cannot. We entered into the problem of sin. Look at what the word of God says, describing man in his sinfulness, describing man in his terrible state in Job chapter 14 of Job, and in verse 4. Job 14 in verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Chapter 15 of Job verse 14. What is man that he should be clean, and he which is born of a woman that he should be righteous? Behold, he putteth no trust in his saying, yea, the heavens are not clean in his sight. How much more abominable and filthy is man, which drinketh iniquity like water. Sin became second nature to man. Have you not seen yourself? Don't you see yourself that the day you said you will be a good boy, the day they will tempt you to do what is evil? Don't you see yourself that as a young man, the day you say, look, I will keep myself fair, that is the day the girls will come and be troubling you? Don't you understand? Don't you see yourself that as a woman, the time you say you are going to be careful what you do, that is when all sorts of temptation will come your way and you fall flat? Why? Because man carries the nature of sin. Man carries the gene of sin. Man cannot save himself. Man cannot help himself. In fact, Paul the apostle tells us the frustration of man in the book of Romans chapter 7. This is the frustration of men.